Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Jelly is Sticky. Last time, we discovered some new things. So for one, there is a puzzle out here that requires me getting kind of like all these pieces out. And I looked at it, so basically I have to make a 5x5 out of coconut, and it's actually pretty straightforward, but a little bit tedious, because we have to kind of move all of these puzzle pieces out. And so, for example, I will just demonstrate with one of them here on camera. In order to get this T-piece out right here, I have to cycle around the one, and then come from the other side and push it around, and then go down and push it through. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with that T-piece, and this angle one, and this T-piece, and this angle one, etc., 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 and get them all down there. So I'm going to push them around and meet you in a moment. Top corner. Upwards T-piece. The other top corner. Left side T. Middle T. Bottom section. And finally, the last piece is another T solved. And so that unlocks this. And so is this another trophy where I get to see more credits? You got the good ending. Neat. Continue. Alright, and it shows me the credits. And I presume all of this is the same. Alright. Seems like it. And there are still a few puzzles left. There's still 12 puzzles left? I don't think I've found all 12 of these puzzles. There are a few that I've left behind, and I have solved a few of them, or figured out at least the gist of solving them off camera since last time. So here's the difficult ones, and I think, are they all in here? Hold on. I want to back up. So in here, looks like there's still 7 puzzles in here anyway. So one of them that we did last time was this one? Is this the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, okay. So I'd worked on this a lot in the previous episode. I edited most of it out because it kind of went nowhere. I wasn't figuring out what to do. And so I spent some more time with it off camera and just like a new fresh mindset, and I realized things that I could do that I was not seeing before. So let's see if I remember them. So, the issue is, I need to reshape this to be a hook that I'll be able to pull out of other places. And the way to do that is... right. I want to, for example, not do that. I want to, for example, push this against this wall. That gives me a T. And then with the T, if I were to push like this, now I can push the strawberries in, and the remaining portion makes the handle I need to lift it back out. Yes, that's the key, and basically that's kind of a repeatable move. And so that means if I were to push this down here, I could make a T once again. And with this T, is this T the shape that I need? It's fine, because I can push this down, and then this portion becomes the handle that I need to bring this out. And so now I need a different shaped T once again. And so I could push this against the south wall and make a T like that. And then over here, if I bring this up, I can push this over here. And then use this as the handle to lift this out. And now I've solved the outer strawberries. And so all I need to do is solve the rest. How am I going to solve the rest? I hadn't thought through this part yet. Doesn't seem like it should be tough, right? I could make a T like this, sure. But how would I eventually... aha! And then I could shear this down here and then push it across. There we go. Okay. Solved! Great. So now all of it is solved in this section. Right, which lights up the 8th piece of coconut, but I already had done... right, I'd already done that. And solved that coconut bit down there, as I recall. What's going on in here? Right, this is Ouroboros, and I could not find I found like level 1 and level 2, but it says that there's 3 deep stack parts. And so I'm kind of hoping that that's going to be like hidden somewhere else. And we're going to find it somewhere else. I'm not sure. In the difficult machines, I did have a new insight on that one. And this one we never really took an honest look at, so let's take a look at packing service. It was at the end of an episode, and this one just looked too complicated. I have to move all of the grapes over here. I have to move these 2 oranges over here. The coconut needs to be here. And this orange somehow needs to get out here. Okay. So it looks like we need a mechanism to lift some things around. And so let's ignore the bottom section right now and just focus on the top. So this enables me to push to the right, which enables me to not be able to push to the right here because I can't push this down, so I guess I can push this down all the way down to here, and then push this over. Oh. In the act of backing up, I do that. But let's ignore that for just a moment. So then I'd be able to push this over to the right, and that's how that one would get there. But before having done that, I guess there... Oh, I could even just drag this over. Okay. And then I could be here. Oh, okay. So the top portion just kind of solves itself independently, it seems like. And so... Oh, solves itself independently, but I can't get any of the bottom portion done until I can get into that section. So maybe there has to be multiple loops going on here or something? Because let's see. Okay, at this moment in time, I would be capable... Oh, I would be capable of working with these guys, but I kill an orange by backing off that way. And so instead... It seems like I might be able to do multiple passes where this moves down 1. Now it'd have to move down more than 1. And now that's closed back off. And would not be able to move back up. Was there something different I could do with the orange over here? Like... Ignore the fact that I just killed that guy. Is there a way that I could... There's a few things I could do. There's actually, yeah, a lot of interesting things I could do, potentially. Which of them seem like they are going to get us to our intended target? So, this can't go to the right at the beginning. It can't go to the right now. This is the first moment where it could... No. This is the first... No. This is the first moment. No. How far down can this go? Only this far. And I guess I would have to go that far. And then I'm forced to drag that with me. If I want to cycle around... How do I cycle around? It seems like I have to make multiple passes, as far as I can tell. But there has to be some clever step one can do somewhere along the way that gets this not all caught up on itself. Alright, I don't see how to get started in this one, so let's come back to it and take a look at this one. So the thing that I failed to notice last time, it seemed to me that the only moves I could make were to pick up pieces, bring them all the way to the top, and then move my little crane left and right. What I failed to notice before is that if you pick up a piece and you go up and down, I can actually, while I'm holding the piece, move left and right by doing this little up-down move. If I'm coming all the way from the bottom, if I'm coming all the way from the bottom and stop here, I can't move left and right yet. By doing the up-down, I get the ability to move left-right. And so presumably, that's going to enable me to solve the puzzle. And so the thing I was trying to do... I don't know where I'm going to want each of these pieces. So let's just kind of lift them up here at the beginning. Right. And I was thinking I needed to kind of get the pieces around one another. But I don't have a way to drop this one off at this height. I could still only drop it off at that height. But I suppose I could pick this now. I mean, I can move these pieces over together, but the box is still on the left and that's on the right. So from the beginning, how would I get these pieces around one another? So one possibility is I lift this up and I move it in order to get any kind of angle on the box. I guess from here, I can't reach the box from the side. So this would have to move even one further to the left, except for I can't move it one further to the left. Yeah, I can. I can do that. So if I moved it all the way there, then I could get the box, and that's the only place I can kind of leave it. And then I can, okay, shift all of these over. Okay, this is actually already starting to look pretty decent. But now how would the box ever move down and do anything useful for me? In order to get the box down, I could lift this up like this, okay. Push this over, and then push down. And then can I repeat that move? Not particularly easily. Yeah, because I can do this. Okay, that's almost right. And now from here I could move this back to the left. Actually, just this far back to the left. There we go. Okay, that actually wasn't bad at all once I saw that it was possible to, while I was stuck to pieces, still move left and right. So there's this one. What other ones are there left in this area that I haven't solved? Let's just kind of double check. I think if they light up white, it means that they're all solved. Because that's white, that's white, that's white, that's white. This one is not white. It says I have 10 of 14 solved, so there's 4 outstanding in there apparently, and I can only locate 2 of them. There's 1 in here that we just witnessed. So that's a total of 5 puzzles still missing here, and if I back out... Oh, 99 of 104. Okay, so that's all 5 of those puzzles. But at the main menu, it says that there's 10 puzzles. So that means that there are 5 other puzzles somewhere. And I've already gotten the final trophy, which suggests that it's not the case. Oh, you know what? I remember seeing a puzzle somewhere. Yeah, I'll meet you over there, but I'm also going to do a quick sweep of this area too. So yeah, over here, there is something... There's a puzzle down there in the bottom left. How do I even get to there? Bottom left of the 5. Yeah, there's like this giant thing below me over here. And similarly, yeah, there's a puzzle down there in the bottom right of the 8. How do I get to those puzzles? And also, right, there's the pin tumbler in there. Which is not a puzzle that I'm itching to go back to right now. And remind me what was up here. Heartbreak I've already solved. And that I've already solved, and that just brings me back out. So, it says that there are 5 puzzles missing. I was able to witness 2 of them, but I have no idea how to get to them. I guess I can come around this way, which enables me to, like, bump up against this wall. Is that interesting? I don't think it is. Hold on. Have I been here? This does not smell familiar, and it feels like I need to bring a block in order to solve this and get around. Okay, that's something I don't know that I have ever done before. And if I wanted a block, can I get a block out of this? Probably. I've never broken this apart. And now all of a sudden I have a possible reason to break that apart. So if I wanted to break this apart, how would I do it? Is it possible? Even if I had stickiness, I wouldn't be able to pull it left or right. It feels like those are all pretty well wedged together, so I don't think that's going to be the piece I would be using. Are there other free pieces anywhere in this area? I mean, like there's the number 7, for example. Oh, this is the number 7. That actually might be very interesting as a piece to use. And there's probably something over there. Yeah, okay, there's definitely some mysteries in here I have not yet examined. Could I use this piece of coconut, actually? Hold on. I've got this piece right here. It could move down, but then it could move back up. Can it move up through any of this? No. There's no ways for this to move left and up into this area that I can see yet. I think I might have found a way to use this piece, though. So if I bring this all the way down here, and then I think all the way over, and up, and over, and up. Now it's in this area. And can I push this up? Yeah, and get over here. What is over here? It's a puzzle! Retract. Okay, here's a puzzle I've never seen before. I need to get these guys out. So I need to build some sort of appropriate lever mechanism. Strawberry will stick to strawberry. So let's just start by doing like what seems to be the most naive thing. Yeah, strawberry will stick to strawberry, but strawberry won't stick to orange. Oh, but orange will stick to me. Careful. So I need to be able to peel off some orange. Okay, here's my idea. If I bring this over here and scrape it off, and then put a strawberry here, and push it in like that, and then push in 2 oranges, then they will all stick to me. Because I'm stuck to the orange, and the orange just has a lever mechanism to pull the strawberry around. And then I can scrape you all off of me, and I can go over here and win. Hooray! Okay, well, I solved one extra puzzle in this area that I hadn't found. Let me go looking for another one. There's a sticky orange up here. Can I get this out somehow? Yeah, I think I can. And if I get this out, I might be able to use it to uncork another puzzle. Ooh. Except, I need to... I can't push it to the left from here. So how would I get it around this corner, or this corner? This had to be up in here for me to get up into this section. It's definitely stuck like that. I don't stick to it. I could use a piece of coconut to stick to it to push it to the left. So if I get some coconut in here. So is there any 1x1 coconut anywhere in this section? Because I think that's all I would be able to push around. I can't remember. Let me go looking around. Okay, I'm still not sure if this is going to do anything for me, but I realize I can push one of these in here. And then after having done that, I could push this guy here. And then I guess I could take 2 of them now that they're stuck together over like this. And does that mean... Yeah, that's how I pry this out. Okay. Okay, neat. And so, presume... Oh! I want to stay. Having done that... sorry. There should be a good way to scrape this off that I will find in a moment. Here we go. Okay. Now I have gotten one sticky orange bit out. And so one of the things it could do for me is stick to this, and then I could... there should be plenty of places to scrape this off. Stick this on it as well, and now I can get in here. And so this gives me access to what? Actuator. We found an actuator. I am controlling the little piston doohickey thingy over there. And presumably I will need it in order to something something. But first, let's just get this Z-hole shaped piece out of here. I'm not sure what the actuator is going to be used for just yet. And how... This thing is currently 5 tall, and this only is 4 tall. So it looks like I have to break these 2 bits apart. And I would do that how? If I could pull the bottom one down or push the bottom one up, that would be great. I'm not sure that that is possible. Is it possible for me to... Suppose this whole thing were one further to the left and then you were there? Does that help me something something? Oops. I guess if I had done this, and then if I press down, I'm just pressing against myself. That doesn't help. So... this little guy on the left seems like he wants to help me somehow, but I don't yet see how. If I were on the inside, I could push down just on the bottom piece, or push up just on the top piece. And it isn't clear to me how the little actuator guy on the side could ever help with any of that. And it isn't clear to me where any of, like, the little lips on the side of the puzzle that I could catch various bits of this could help either. What am I not seeing? Okay, I ended up looking a hint up for this one, and it's clever. I said if I could get inside, I'd be able to push these things apart. And it turns out there is a way for me to get inside. So let's see... If I do this, I'm kind of inside. And then if I do this, I'm kind of more inside. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Okay, now I'm sufficiently inside that I can actually break them apart. Okay, neat. That was all I needed. Just that little nudge to realize that I can use that guy to help me get inside. And then presumably I'll just be able to piece them back together, and I can, from inside here, I can move this in all directions, so I don't need to worry too carefully about exactly where that is positioned. So, yeah, let's just get this guy to fit in here. And then get these guys back together. Oh, I'm kind of on the inside right now. I'm pretty sure I want to be on the outside to piece you back together. And I didn't look too carefully about... Oh, wait, hold on. No, it's fine because... reasons. If I push from here, I can still lift the entire thing up, even though it's pinned against the south wall, because here's a lever that I can use to pull it up. Okay, great. And then... from here, this should go down and left, and that's it? Yeah, okay. Well, that was just an individual puzzle. I do still have access to this bit of orange, and I think that is going to be extremely valuable yet. Because I think I needed it on the bottom, and can I just scrape it off over here? Let's not have this guy nearby, because he's going to be prone to sticking to this bit of orange that I'd prefer to leave unstuck. So what I want to do next is... that doesn't actually scrape him off. I guess I could scrape him off here. Here we go. Okay. He has been unscraped. I believe I could push him all the way down here. And then attach to this somewhere. I do have this giant 7, which is a nice lever. So let's imagine I want to do this, and then grab the giant 7. Can I get the giant 7 out of here? I've never actually tried this. In order to get it south, I think I actually needed the orange. Okay, let's... I'm not sure I have to use the 7, but it looks like it's convenient, so let's do it. Okay, hello 7. In order to pull you downwards, I'm going to need this to start, and then I can presumably just use you as a lever for all of this. So if I stick you here, then I can pull this whole cork thing up. And maybe do something great. So what is down here? It is access to one of the puzzles over here. Alright, who are you? Tussle of the Stags. Alright. We're tussling. This doesn't look like it's going to be too terrible because it seems extremely constrained, and so basically I'm just trying to get leverage to push the grape in various directions. How am I going to push the grape higher? I suppose that brings it higher so that the left-hand side can now push it farther to the right, and then presumably I get stuck. Okay, I've separated the distance between the two of them and accidentally pushed the grape somewhere back I didn't really want it to go. Okay, but from here, now the grape can go farther up. Okay, this is another one that I'm going to lack good commentary for, so let's get those apologies out of the way right now. So that seems to be as far to the right as I can get it. And so how am I going to get it? Oh... It might be trapped in open space now, and I might have to push it along boundaries, actually. So if I back up to where the grape was moving back to the left, I might actually need it, like, over in here. And, well, who else would get it from over here, though? That also seems not a good spot. Yeah, okay, I'm not so sure that that idea was good either. How can I get pushing power on the grape in this whole region? Because right now it feels like there is none. I note also that the bottom right-hand guy can only move left and right 3. The upper left-hand guy can move left and right 4. And the bottom right-hand guy can move up and down 3 extra, and this guy can only move up and down 2 extra. Okay, so yeah, the upper left and bottom right actually do have different relative pushability. I'm not sure how many configurations of the two of them. I think there's like 3 or 4 possible ways that left, right, and up, down can kind of be slotted together or unslotted. So there's a couple. And then they could also be at this height, and there's a couple. Okay, so I think there's 4 different configurations that the coconut can have. Knowing all of that, we are still left with the question of how do we deal with the coconut in this middle section? Because it doesn't seem like there's anybody... Once again, I wish I could paint on the screen. But it looks like there's 9 or 10 squares in the middle that are just plain unreachable by the coconut. So let me back up to where we were pushing the grape earlier. And I see the grape start moving. There we go. I can quit undoing. And so... I don't know how to reason about what we're going to do, though. Is there any chance... There's no chance the grape could be traveling on the outside of all of this, right? Like, got the mouse cursor out. Like, there's no way... Like, I don't have any... If it gets stuck against one of these walls, there's no way to get it out. So it's definitely... It's going through the middle. I've got all these little pushable thingy-madoos. It eventually does need to kind of end up on the outside. But yeah, in this middle section where there's kind of a void of coconut prongs... What could be done? Suppose I just push up here as high as possible. And let's get it even a little bit higher. And, okay, I had not pushed it here before. And that seems like it might be interesting and new. Yeah, okay. I managed to kind of get a grip on it. I might have lost my grip on it. How could I ever push it any farther or any... Oh, I can push it to the right here. There we go. And now this guy could push it down. Yeah, okay, this guy can push it down. 2. And does that bring it within reach of this guy to push it to the right again? No. Might be stuck in no man's land again. Is that true? I think so. So I think I didn't want the last downward push. So is there any way for me to get it one more to the right? All the coconut is pinned against the right wall, and so none of those could push to the right. So in order to get it one more to the right, I think I'd actually want it up one again. So actually what I want to do is go back to when the Great Blast moved down. Well, there it moved to the right. Hold on. I want to move it up before I move it to the right. Here we go. So that guy can't move it to the right, but this guy can, and he can actually move it a bunch to the right. And I want to get all of those bunches. But it needed to be down 1. So let's push it down 1. Then you can't push it to the right. So it needs to move all the way to the right here. But then how am I going to move it down 1 from here? If I move it here, I can move it down 1. But then... Oh, no, I can get around. Okay, and now he's in this little... whatever you call that thing. So now he can be moved to the right over here. And who is going to be the next to apply some pushing force? That's a great question. Because it feels like he's almost in no man's land again. Grape jelly, why you gotta be so... recalcitrant? Sure, that's the word I've chosen today. Yeah, I don't see a way to get the grape jelly out. So let's get him back in the little corner here. This felt good. So maybe I need to push him as far down as I can and then have this guy come grab him. Could I get him further to the right? I could. Yeah, here we go. And then this guy grabs him. Okay. And then this guy pushes him... Yeah, down, and then over, oops, these guys should be able to come apart. There we go. From here, I can do that, which seems all good. Sure. Let's imagine this is all good. Feels pretty good. Okay. I like it. I like it. I think actually it needs to be pushed farther to the right. I can't push it farther to the right. Ah, now it is... Okay. Now it is outside of that guy. And so... Yeah... However, it needs to go back to the left. How is that going to work? Okay, that's a very interesting question. It needs to go back to the... How is this last little bit going to work? It definitely needs to be outside. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. It has to be one further to the right than that in order to get outside. Yeah, so it has to be this height. Now I have to push it up as much as I can. And then get it over here. There we go. And then I can get it there. There we go. I did it. I solved the puzzle. And that just lets me push this back out, which isn't particularly interesting. But there was another possible puzzle down in this section that I have uncorked because I went to the left, but I hadn't gone to the right. And so to the right, we discover that I need to get some jelly out somehow. And maybe that is possible. Okay, nothing's happening here. I can shove these up and down. So suppose I were to shove this down. That doesn't seem like it does anything for me. I shoved that up, which doesn't seem to have done... Well, I just shoved it back up. So what would I need in this section to do anything interesting? Orange wouldn't stick. I feel like I've solved a puzzle very much like this before and kind of forgotten how it goes. Okay, there's something. I didn't really do anything with it, though. Okay, so I can pull this down. Did that help me at all? I don't think so. And over on this side, like, there isn't anything interesting I can do. How can I imagine getting there? Can I witness... It looks like this is the way to approach this puzzle. If I had coconut or grape or orange, let's just imagine I had any of them. Could I do anything with any of this? I can do this. That doesn't seem interesting. While I'm in here, it doesn't seem like there's anything interesting I can do. I lifted all of that up, sure. That really hasn't changed anything. I lifted it back down, sure. And like, even if I stuck other colors in here... If I had... Okay. If I had another strawberry, then I'd be able to pull this whole section down, and if I'd done that before doing the other thing, I think that's what it is. I think I have to get another strawberry down into this section while it's reset, and I think there was one other strawberry that was like a singleton strawberry, but it was a part of something I didn't think I could get apart over here. Yes, this. There is definitely... This is completely wedged in, so there's no way that I could get that strawberry out. I still had the singleton orange, but it wouldn't stick. I would need the strawberry to stick to the strawberry. And the singleton orange... Yeah, would not pull strawberries. Were there any other strawberries? And so here's the other side of that puzzle. And so if I solve the yellow that appears there in the bottom right, it would just light that up. And so it's just a question of how I would get to that puzzle. And this was just a puzzle that we unlocked over here. Yes, I don't think that there's... Oh, here's the other singleton strawberry, right. Is there any way that you can ever pull this apart? Downward force on the bottom left just pulls the entire thing. Leftward force on the bottom left pulls the entire thing. Upward force on the bottom left is what I use to get it over here. Rightward force on the bottom left pulls the whole thing. So there's no way, unless I could apply, even with simultaneous forces, this is just always completely pinned together. This U-shaped tooth that I got the orange out of, I don't think helps me. And yeah, this feels like the only thing that could help me, but it is definitely wedged in here. And there's absolutely no way to get that out. Let me do one more traversal of the puzzle on my own and make sure there isn't anywhere else that I might have witnessed another cube I could use. I don't see any other cubes. If I reset, I think... it takes a little while. Actually, if I go back and then I re-enter, all these will already be lit up. Yeah. So what I want to do... Oh, it's not that quick. Ah! I'm going to go back in here and try one more time just to see with fresh eyes what it looks like in the bottom right. So I'll meet you over there. Okay, before I touch anything here, this is what it looks like. And so if I had pulled this down first, does that change anything? Like, it does mean that I can I can pull that down, and now there's, you know, just one cube there, which is great, but I'm trapped in here. And if I do this, now there's 2 cubes again. So is there a way... Is there a way... for this to be different? Like, I want to be up there now and push to the right. But I don't have any other eyeballs I could be controlling elsewhere. Could I... And once I try walking over there, I'll end up pulling some of this stuff to the left, which is no good. Like, I want to be back out there and do that now, and I don't see a way to do it. And that's the only vaguely interesting action I can come up with. That does nothing for me. And I can always undo this. If I do this... Oh, what if I do... I can't leave again. If I do this, I end up doing this. And after having done that, sure, I can pull this down or push it back up, but it doesn't do anything for me. And we're just back in the same state, and now there's definitely 2 to the right of me, and now there's always going to be 2 to the right of me. So that's no good. I don't see how to solve this. Yeah, I don't see how to do it. There have been other strawberry puzzles that should have been easy that I didn't manage to see how to do. And so it might be another case of that. But in any case, the unfortunate situation is that I'm going to be going out of town tomorrow, and so I've been trying to get this done before I was leaving town, and we got really close. We got to 307 out of 314 solved, and had witnessed almost all the puzzles. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it here. I had a good fun with this game, but at this point I've had enough. I've gotten stuck on a few puzzles that I think would be either working out on pen and paper or doing a bunch of trial and error. And I've already had enough enjoyment. I've gotten better as I've gotten older at putting aside games when I'm done with them, and I think I'm done with this one at this point. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon, hopefully for something new. For now, bye-bye.